welcome to this video, the second way to work out total welfare. I have just typed up a couple of quick definitions that will come in really handy. So if you don't have these down, make sure you've got these down. Marginal social cost is all about that extra unit, the addition to cost to society due to the firm producing an extra unit of the good or service. It only grabs the cost for that extra unit. The same with marginal social benefit, the addition to the benefits to society due to a consumer consuming an extra unit of the good or service. It's all about the extra unit. And here I've got a marginal social cost curve. We'll look at the marginal social benefit later, but here's going to be the first step. We're going to get this marginal social cost curve, and we're going to get all the info of this marginal social cost curve down into a table to make it nice and easy for us to interpret. So here we go. Turns out I've done this already. So marginal social costs, quantity 1 was 10. What did that mean? That meant society, to produce that first unit, there was an addition to 10 costs. That second unit added an additional 20 to costs. That one added an extra 30 to costs, and so on. That's what we see in this MSC curve. Added 10 to cost, 20 to cost, 30 to cost, 40 to cost, and 50. Okay, and then now that we have all that information in a table, all the marginals in a table, we can then use this to work out the total social cost by adding up all the additions to cost, right? We can work out total cost by saying, okay, that one added this one added this, so the sum, that total is the sum of them. So same info, total social cost. Remember that first unit added 10 to cost, so the total cost is 10. That second unit added 20, so the total cost is now 10. 10 plus 20. That third unit added 30, so it's now 30 plus 30. And it's 60 plus 40. And that fifth unit added 50 when the total cost was already 100, giving you a total social cost of 150. So in other words, your total social cost, that Q5, is the sum of all the additions to costs that previously have occurred. And that's why you might find, if a question ever asks you what's the total cost society has faced to make 5 units, you could always shade in this area here if you wanted. I'm going to just undo that because it looks messy. This works because social cost is the sum of all the cost society has received at each quantity. And we can repeat this to work out the benefit. So here I've got an MSB curve, and we're going to take all the additions to social benefits that each of these units have added. For example, that first unit, okay, it doesn't look great here. I think adds around 40 to social benefits. That second unit adds around 30, and so on. So let's put this down into a table. Okay, I was a bit off. That first unit adds 50 to benefits. That second unit adds 40. That third unit adds 30. And again, then you add these up to get the total benefit. So that first unit has a total of 50 because it added 50. That second unit has now added 40 onto this, so it's 50 plus 40 gives you 90. That third unit has added another 30, so it's 90 plus 30, 120 plus 20. And that final fifth unit added 10 benefits onto the previous total, which was 140, giving you 150. So your total social benefits can be thought of as the area underneath your MSB curve up until the unit that you're going for. So that's the same MSC area below the MSC curve, area below the MSB curve. Okay, so now that you have the total social costs and the total social benefits, to recap, I've just merged them all together. I did them separately because it was going to be a busy chart, but you can see them here together. And we can then work out what I call here is this net total welfare. So for example, that first unit had a benefit of 50, but it had a cost of 10. Meaning that the total welfare is now 40. That's what society has kept, right? After having all these benefits and all these costs. Take a look at that second unit. By now, the second unit has a total benefit of 90, a total cost of 30, giving you a total welfare of 60. So that's really easy now that you've got all the bits in the table down. You've already worked out the total benefits, you've already worked out the total costs. So you just kind of have to compare them and then you get the total welfare that society is left with. So here I've got that equation, total social benefit equals total social cost at whatever quantity the question's asking you to. So at quantity 2, the total welfare is 90 minus 30, which is 60. If the question asks you about quantity 5, you've got to take the total benefit of quantity 5, 150, and minus the total costs at quantity 5, which is 150, giving you a welfare of 0. That's actually quite cool because you can see that sometimes higher units actually result in less welfare overall. It could have been better to just produce 5 units, I said that the wrong time. It could be better to produce 2 units and not 5 units. And here we have again this like added bonus that if MSB is higher than MSC, we know that total welfare is going to be increasing. If MSB equals MSC, total welfare will cease to increase and it will actually not decrease either, it will just remain flat. And if MSB is smaller than MSC, this welfare is going to start going down for that unit. Okay, great. So I hope to catch you in the next video when we look at how to find that social optimum in a little bit more detail. We've looked at it, of course, already a little bit, but those details are really important if you're going for the long answers or you get some cool multiple choice questions on these. Okay, take care. To catch you in that next video. Bye.